Hi, we are here at Curate Space. I'm Chloe Beevers here, and we have two amazing people here. We have StoneBridge, the famous StoneBridge, who is visiting Australia for his concerts, performances over New Year's. And we have Mark Carter, who has launched his book, Ignite Your Potential, here at Curate Space last year. We're having a lot of fun here today. I've had the honour of interviewing both these guys about their work that they've got underway. And now we thought, you know, we've been doing collaboration here today, all morning, and we thought that it would be it'd be great to have a discussion around the art of collaboration, because that's the way to get things done, right?
100%.
What's your experience?
What's yours, Stone? Start with you, boy.
Collaboration, man, it's a really good thing, especially when you come from different fields, like my genius here, Mark, and me. And I saw his fantastic pictures and everything, and I realized he needs a Rocky-style intro when he goes in talking. Right?
Yeah.
And he said, oh, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so that's one. So we've decided Stone's going to cut some music for me I can use at the seminars as the intro and all the rest of it. And even we're thinking an album. Don't want to give too much away, but the themes of the canvases with music for each one, right? Compilation.
Absolutely. Music and picture, audiovisual is the key thing for 2017, I would say.
Yeah. So the canvases we're referring to are these ones.
Beautiful artworks by Deborah Gillum.
So Mark has collaborated with the artist to illustrate the chapters for your book, Ignite Your Potential, and that has meant that through that collaboration, cross art form in terms of literature and the visual arts, you've been able to produce something that the words and the images working really well together.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they absolutely go in conjunction. The symbolism of the imagery, the metaphor of the imagery, the words alone work. Super collaboration, and then we can now make that album art, right, Stoney?
Absolutely. Oh, it's just made for it. You were screaming for it. I said, no music, Mark? What's going on with you?
And you got here too late, brother. If you were here last year, we would have done it already.
So you've got music, literature, and also the artwork. So it's the collaboration is how we all need to get things done, and it's so inspiring because you've got each person's got their own creative angle and juices and can bounce off each other. So these guys have known each other for a long time.
We have.
And you've how have you inspired each other's
Well,
work?
it's you basically, you know. We see this space and we realize, you know, that's the newest member, isn't she? Yeah. Look at this space. Hello, collaboration. We're going to do launches. He's done his launch already.
We've been collaborating since we met, though.
I think, really. we have.
There we go.
We've been collaborating in Vegas. We've been to Japan, haven't we?
When I met Stone, I was with another mate of mine, Julian Petch, who'll love the mention as well, and he introduced me to Stone. I didn't really know who he was at the time. We're just kind of same age, same era. We got chatting. He got this in this Swedish accent. He suddenly, after about half an hour, he goes, "You're like Mr. Motivator." And that's the name that stuck, like, Mr. Motivator. And I'm like, man, you're the music man. So it's like Music Man and the Motivator. Peter Pan, never ages. He's like, never ageless, timeless, man.
I'm going to be 12 next year.
We just get on same wavelength. So yeah, we've collaborated. I've flown around to see Stone and hang with him in a few places. Vegas, Tokyo.
Yeah, that's
Tokyo
right.
was the best, man. So we got a few,
yeah,
we got a few collaborations. Now we're mapping to more business focused.
So what do you think are some ways of collaborating that other people can be inspired by? What do you suggest for other people?
Think outside the box. You know, if you make music, don't think an art gallery is like really random, or, you know, like it could be anything really. You can cross promote and it makes it just bigger, and you get a bigger audience, you know, people that don't necessarily listen to dance music or anything. You can get them enticed, you know, with something completely different, you know, and it looks bigger, more interesting, more visual than a club night, which is dark and sweaty, you know. Like you can sort of incorporate elements. And I think it's in the time too, you know. It's like you can't just do the same old. It has to be new, you know, something different, a new way of presenting stuff.
And breaking through the genres as well, you know, those unnatural collaborations where you might think, wow, these two unrelated areas. So in terms of the arts, you know, there are so many great examples where there was one council that going, well, we really want to set up an art gallery, but we don't have the budget to build an art gallery. And at the same time, the state government was looking at building a new hospital. So what do? they created an art gallery in the hospital. And that was a real value add, because then as people are visiting the patients, and also the patients themselves, you know, rather than just staring at blank white walls, they've got the colour and inspiration, and which is really important for healing. And also then you'd have people wanted to go there because it became a really beautiful place for healing.
Yeah,
rather than just sickness.
No, exactly. You hit a good point. So, I mean, collaboration. Maybe we should walk. Collaboration is one of the themes in the book, actually. And
Just been on the stage,
yeah,
stepping off the stage.
I mean, so from working in development and training in a corporate background, collaboration is one of these. Right over here is this one. It's one of these buzzwords at times. I find people talk about are they actually doing it? You know, and if you know the work of Napoleon Hill, he would talk about the mastermind group, finding like-minded people. And that takes an idea and elevates it to one that you alone can't get it to. So collaboration, absolutely key. And I think collaboration is finding like-minded people that support your vision, that want to be engaged by the vision, but they also complement. You complement each other in your skills, and you know it's a harmonization, I find. So, but you can see here, the collaboration is definitely one of the themes in the chapters we've got in the book too.
With the fishes, for sure. That one. Yeah. No, but it's true, like you say. In the studio, when you work with other people, I mean, all brains are different, you know, like I see a baseline one way, the other guy might say, hey, why don't we try this and that? You know, it's like, I would never have thought of it, you know, but because everybody sees things differently, you know. If you look at a picture, two people will see it completely different, you know. So collaboration is definitely a good thing, not only for marketing purposes, you know, but it's also the art.
Yeah.
And another thing I was thinking too is that, you know, really collaboration is about relationships, and it's not just a transaction, is it? It's about nurturing that relationship and it enduring over time, and building that trust. Yeah. So and that's something that you've really been able to demonstrate. Yeah. So and that's one of the things with the space that I've created here. I wanted to create a space because I've run events on connecting creatives, councils and communities as part of Vivid for a couple of years, and people are so hungry to collaborate, but they often don't know how or where to start. So they, in terms of those diverse types of partnerships that you could have, so whether it be a council or a community organisation, different art forms, people go, how do we bridge these gaps? How do we find the people with the skills and the resources we need to be able to fulfil the visions that we have? And that involves lateral thinking and being in a space where you've got these diverse minds coming together. And that can either be virtually or in a physical place. But it can be challenging, can't it? If, we're very decentralised, to find those like minds, you might need to look further afield.
Yeah, so I mean, you've got to be open-minded. That's the starting point of collaboration, I find. You've got to be open and willing. You've got to let go of any ego and attachment to things and be willing to take as Stone was saying, people will see your ideas differently, and you've got to let go of your ego and attachment, detach from all that and take those ideas in, and that's where it elevates above. I think it was you, Chloe, so trust is such an important part of collaboration as well, being able to find those people you can and put trust, and trust means giving it without question, so I think good points you raised.
Yeah, and is trust, I think, is also another one of the paintings along here, isn't it?
It's not one in itself, but it's tied into many of them for sure. Right? It's a theme that builds with many of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I think candor with trust is candor, like straight shooting. It implies equality. It takes trust to be candid and truthful with people. I think that's the one that we're tying to from the book side.
So what do you think then from each of us are the three key elements of being able to really establish an enduring collaboration, whether it be because it might be that you've already got an idea that you're looking for collaborators, or it might be through the interaction with other people that you develop the idea collectively, and you've got that shared sense of ownership over the concept.
Well, it's a bit different. In music, it has to be a musical core. It can't be an angle. Oh, this guy is super famous. So if I collaborate with this guy, I'm going to be super famous. It never works. It might work with one, but it has to be pure, the intention. That guy, I love his chords, or I love the way he does his bass lines and stuff like that. And you want to incorporate that with your sound. That is also, it can be amazing results, that completely unexpected too. But also, across the field, like me and Mark, for instance, we've been talking all morning about, we just came up with at least 20 different ideas that we can do, you know, collaborate. Because it's just with an open mind, like you say, pure open mind and not thinking angles too much. I mean, the angles come in anyway. It's organic.
I think when you say about three things, you can find that in the book. I've got a whole bunch of tips, but I love what Stone said. I definitely agree with the fact that collaboration means letting go of what it is that you get out of it and looking at the win-win for everybody involved from a pure heart, open space. But think about the other party and really collaborate with that in mind, and the result will take care of itself. When you go in with the attachment of that ego and wanting to get someone out for yourself, that's not collaboration. That's actually against the definition of what it actually is anyway. So I think rather than 3 points, I think that's a beautiful point in itself, young man.
and I think that it's fun. It's meant to be a fun and creative process because that's where the real inspiration flows, doesn't it? I mean, as soon as it becomes hard work, that's when it can get bogged down. Like there are the technicalities side of it from when you start drilling down. You know, when in that inspiration flowing, brainstorming, it's a really creative process. And like you've been doing that this morning in a cafe. I mean,
actually, what you say, it's funny that because as a corporate gig, often when I do in a big room, if I do a keynote with a big room, a group of people, I got a rope that's like 100 feet long, and we do a tug of war. And the object is win as many times as you can in a minute. And you've got like 50 or 100 people on each side of the rope. And they struggle to win once, but the object is win as many times as you can in a minute by letting the other team win one, you win one, let them win one, you win one. You win more with no struggle. And that's, you know, it's what you're describing there is collaboration. If you find you're struggling, if you find that there's a fight and a tussle, that's not collaboration either. It should be effortless, free-flowing, and easier.
Beautiful. I think it's a great note to end on there. Thank you so much for joining us here at Curate Space. We have Stonebridge and Mark Carter and Chloe Beevers here discussing the art of collaboration. And this is collaboration in action.
100%.
Yay. It's been a fun day, and let's keep those creative juices flowing. So maybe a takeaway, something for you to have a think about, or something to act on, is go out there and think of something that you're really passionate about delivering in this new 2017. What's a creative idea you've got? And then go out there and connect with some people. Start talking about it. I think this is one of the things is that people often, if they have an idea, they think, oh, I don't want people to steal the idea, so I'm going to keep it to myself.
Never think that.
That squishes the life out of it. You want to give that idea energy and get people on board with it, and then people will go, wow, that's a great idea. I'd love to support that and back that and bring the energy that it will need to be realised.
100%.
Yeah, so go out there and start sharing your passion and for your ideas now. Okay, over to you. The ball is in your court now. Thanks for joining us today. Woo.